Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and I'm back with some new Legends of Runeterra videos. I've been gone for the past week, 2 weeks really, as I was out on vacation in Disney World. I had a blast, but I was ready to come back home, man. I would never recommend anybody do like parks for 7 days in a row. I'm like so exhausted, but today we're back finally with the Legends of Runeterra grind, and of course we're gonna go ahead and jump right away to the new champions of the new expansion. I haven't posted any video since the expansion came out, which was the Heart of the Huntress. So this was Nidalee, Neeko, and King as the 3 new champions of this expansion. And today we're gonna do a Nidalee deck, and this is gonna be Nidalee Gnar, which is going all in on the transform archetype by playing stuff like Chief Knack Attack, by playing Curious Changeling, and just relying on those transform, and even the Big Imp Tycoon, which is one of my favorite cards of this expansion, and just relying on these units just getting so big and getting a lot of value and just pushing that overwhelm damage or that impact damage that you need to just finish games. We're even playing Curse of the Tomb to kind of go along with the overwhelm that you can get from Nidalee and Gnar. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the games coming up soon, and if you do, like always, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips and a more in-depth breakdown on this deck. Enjoy the games. In this matchup, we're gonna against Nidalee and Ekko. So Nidalee versus Nidalee. But to my knowledge, this is more of an Ekko deck more than anything else, right? I don't think I need a Forsaken Bakai anytime soon. This Quicksand is actually very tempting. I like the Knack Attack and I like the Quicksand. So this Quicksand is really tempting. This Terrain Trooper is gonna be really good.
Nice day.
Oh, that's a low roll for the opponent, unfortunately. So we don't need to play Forsaken Bakai anytime soon. The longer you wait for it, the more value you can get from the Forsaken Bakai. The Changeling is gonna be good later on once we get some of our bigger stuff. For now, I'm gonna start with the Knack Attack and just have the Terrain Trooper just become a 4-2.
We're sure to save Acacia.
Not having Nidalee when we had the Knack Attack kind of sucks as well as not having Gnar either, but like our transform value is kind of low at the moment. I will admit that much. Okay, so that's definitely a Nidalee, right? Because I don't believe they play anything else aside from that. That's like an ambush unit. I don't need to do anything here. I'll take this damage. It's probably better to just go for the Terrain Trooper, right? I guess we could go Changelings before we do anything else. Actually, maybe Siren, maybe it's Hallucinatis. Maybe it's the Hallucinatis, that way we can actually straight up play the Trooper if we need to. I don't want to play the Trooper just because the opponent has that drop border on the field, right? The Quicksand should be good at being able to deal with the Nidalee.
Man, I
Okay.
love this board.
That's I'm not complaining. Opponent kind of low roll, but it's kind of unfortunate. I don't hate the Tycoon. I don't hate the Tycoon, but it seems a little bit too early, right? So I think I'm gonna have to skip. It seems a little bit too early for the Tycoon. Is this not a... It might actually not be a Nidalee. Considering how the opponent's playing this might actually not be a Nidalee. This might be the Bastion. Huh.
See what I've learned?
So if this is a Bastion, that's a 3-3,
It can be undone.
right? If it's a Nidalee, the Knack Attack cannot kill her unless we commit for the Prowl. If we go like this, this is vulnerable to a Mystic now. I guess we can just go... No. Oof, almost did the wrong one. I guess we can just go ahead and do it right now. Let's just go ahead and do it right now. I'm going to put the 4-1 here. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put this here so that this is not vulnerable to a Mystic. And just force the opponent to play the Nidalee if they have it, and then we'll go for the Quicksand. Yep, so that's the Nidalee. Now we go for the Quicksand and force the opponent to have a Mystic shot here. I guess I should be better to block with this one so that we play around the Mystic Shot. I was thinking about the Mystic Shot, and yeah, it was better to go here. I got a little bit greedy with the value trades. So he also beats the Scrying Sands, right? Okay, opponent decided to commit the Mystic Shot here. So then we can go and just do like this. I guess I beat the Scrying Sand with the Prowl. We don't beat the Mystic Shot though. So we beat the Scrying Sands, but we don't beat the Mystic. That doesn't work. It just lets you trade. It doesn't give you the +2. Yeah, so you still lose the Nidalee. We trade. You end up with drop borders. I think I'm in a good spot. I just need a good transform unit, right, to take advantage of this sheep knack attack. Is this another Nidalee, I'm guessing? So the opponent ended up with triple Nidalee on their field? That's kind of crazy. Huh. I guess let's go here first. It sucks again because the vulnerable is going after the other units, right? It's not going. It's going after the drop borders. It's not going after their stuff that I wanted to. We can go like this. We could technically go Pythos, kill this, and then when we all terrain.
They call us beasts and
So they got the Nidalee anyways. Wow. So this is something else then, right? Interesting. We could kill this now. We could kill this now and stop the... If it is just a terrain trooper, which is what I'm guessing it is right now, then the opponent gets the vulnerable on these units. So assuming that this is a terrain trooper, right? If we go like this, it gets vulnerable on both, right? So we can go ahead and go like this. They will be able to kill me here with the terrain trooper. We can attack with both. I guess the Scrying Sands is a little bit scary though. So let's not do it this way. Let's keep the Prowl so that we beat the Scrying Sands. So this was not. It was a Bastion. So that was the Bastion. Wow. All right. I think opponent's in a really bad position now. Second Quicksand, and now we get Nidalee too. I think we win this. Even if the opponent gets Ekko here, the Ekko's gonna die because of the Quicksand. It sucks because the opponent will be able to get the time trick though, so maybe... Like, if they get the time trick, I guess the opponent still needs one more predict though, right? So they will need to have Ekko plus another predict that costs less than 1 mana. 1 mana or less, I guess. Do I even want to kill this Nidalee at this point? What if we don't? What if we don't even bother? I don't think this Nidalee is a threat, right? We can just go like this. We can just go like this and now have the Nidalee ambush. We have a pretty big attack here. This has impact 2, impact 1, and these are 5 and 1 units. We have the Peerless Pastry. Opponent gets the Ekko now, so that is a little bit problematic because they could get access to the valley and bring back both the Nidalee and their Ekko. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna just do this now. There's no reason not to, right? Unless we got the Tycoon. If we top deck the Tycoon, that's the only problem here. If it's not a Tycoon, I think... I guess we should have waited, huh? I guess we should have waited. Yeah, this is lethal, so the opponent's kind of forced to react here. We actually top deck the Tycoon, huh? We're gonna go ahead and attack with everything. I'm gonna force the opponent to block with that Ekko and have to get exactly their Chrono Break, right? So they have to get exactly their Chrono Break here. We have a lot of value here. Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna look for. They're gonna look for the Chrono Break and hope that they can revive both the Nidalee. So I'm okay with this because we can always pastry, right? We can always pastry this Nidalee. If you find the Chrono Break, you're gonna revive her anyway, so the Scrying Sand makes no sense. If you're gonna go like this, then that's even nicer for us. I'm down to play Tycoon. This pastry can kill the Ekko whenever we want to. The Wallop does the same thing as well, right? So we're gonna go Wallop first. Next turn. Okay, so they just got that from the predict. So are we to assume that the opponent did not get the rally? If they actually top deck the rally from just naturally joining that, okay, never mind. We're good. We're chilling. We're chilling. So I like the Hallucinatus. Actually, let's just finish. Let's just go for lethal, right? We can just go for lethal with the Pyrophant because it's gonna get really, really big. We are fine to take that 8 damage. There's no reason for us to even worry about it. So we can go Pyrophant. It's gonna become a 12-10. Actually, 13-11, right? Because of the knack attack. Alright. That's kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. So we'll go here. We'll trigger it. We have the stun. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So we'll go like this. There we go. We go here. We go here. One is fine. This is 5 still, so we can just chill. Then we play the Trooper. At this point, it's a formality that we're gonna finish this game, right? We play the Trooper. Nidalee levels up. So we beat. I mean, yeah, this is kind of crazy, right? Like we have double Overwhelm now. We have the Terran. Like this is like this deck is actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like this deck is actually freaking cool. Yeah, we'll go like this. And Nidalee alone is pushing 14. This is pushing 14. Nidalee has impact 2. Because why not, right? And she's at 34-24 because when he transforms back down to level 1, he also counts as a... When he goes back to level 1 champion, he counts as a transform. And that's why I like the Tycoon as like a late game finisher. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Fizz Samira. So... we do play double Battle Negation and we also play double Bastaya, both of which are going to be really good against their Pandemonium. However, I don't know that it's correct to keep it right now. I like the Pie Toss. I do like the Pie Toss. I want to look for my all-terrain Trooper, Nidalee. Okay, we get the Battle Negation anyways. That's why I didn't want to keep the first one, because we have... you know, we have double Rattle Negation and we also have the Bastaya, right? So there was no need for me to keep that. We don't have the Chief Knack attack. We don't have the Nidalee. It's a little bit concerning. The Changelings is fine. It's whatever. Doesn't really help us do anything here. I'm a little bit concerned about this. I don't want to put the Bastaya into range of dying to the All Out. So I don't think it's necessary for us to do that. I do kind of just like the Changelings here. And maybe we just play the Gnar. Yeah, I mean, I had to kind of just give them that Elegant Age, unfortunately. Like, we're gonna have to just play the Gnar. I guess the other option is to play the Pyrophant. We could play this Pyrophant here and just push damage. With the Changeling, that means that we're gonna have 2 6-5 units. I don't dislike it. The other option that I actually really like is just pie tossing this Samira right now. I kind of like doing this. Force the opponent to have to use an all out if they want to save her. They actually will. So that's great, right? Because he's forcing the flare and he's also forcing the all out. Yep, that's a second Samira as well, right? So they actually went for the all out there, which is great for me. We have a fearsome blocker here. We have another Samira blocker here. We might want to go ahead and play this Bakai, just so that we have another blocker for the thing here. Let's go ahead and click the Nidalee. So this is a fearsome blocker. This is a blocker here. I guess the opponent can have a second all out. No, that's not true, because this is gonna transform. So the opponent will have to have double all out. They have a Father Fury. Okay, the Father Fury does kind of make things a little bit awkward, because the opponent could still get access to the Stylish Shot. And they also get a Monkey Business. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go like this, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to go like this, unfortunately, and just block both of these. It sucks, though. Like, really sucks. I think I have to go for the Gnar. Because I'm gonna need to have that Poke Stick. Right? So I need to have that Poke Stick. Opponent's gonna try to level up the Samira, which is very easy for them to do when they only need 4 more next turn. We could go... Do I need this Nidalee? Maybe I need to go Nidalee. The opponent still doesn't have the Challenger. I'm taking it really slow. This guy's gonna push 2 more damage. Right? So we can go like this and go here. I think leveling up Nidalee is actually worth it, especially with the Tycoon in our hand. We can chill. Opponent didn't even level up Samira, so I'm actually even chilling even more. We have Water Negation and we have a Deny. Opponent's gonna push 5 damage here. And this is my concern, that I'm just gonna die to the elusive. 5 sits, right? So this is 5 sits. And they get the Stylish Shot back, so that's 7. So we're gonna go down to 5 HP. And don't really have a way to deal with the elusives just yet. Okay, so 3 HP now. So 3 HP. Three HP is not great. Not bad, but not great either. Honestly, I'm willing to block here. If the opponent has the rally... Okay, they don't have the rally. That's interesting. So if this is the case, do we just go Tycoon and just try to win with the Overwhelm? 1. Warning shots, etc. is a problem. Opponent could have access to the... I cannot go for the Tycoon just yet. Wow. If I go for the Tycoon, and opponent has Pandemonium, they just win. They have exactly 3 board space. Yeah, I can't go for that. I have to try to win next turn. And the way that I do this is going to be the Tycoon. Yeah, this is the Pandemonium, and that's why I did it this way, so now we can deny this. That gives me the impact. Opponent gets the Stylish Shot. Is this enough? If we go... Opponent's at 20 HP, though. Like, this is gonna be almost impossible for us to beat them, right? Like, we can go Tycoon. And that's not an... Oh, wait, but the Curse of the Tomb actually could get us there? Wait. This could be enough now? This could be enough now. So Nidalee levels up, and she gets double the stats because of the Tycoon, right? So the Tycoon lets her get to 14. If the opponent has the stun here, I just lose. Okay, so I think I win. I think I just win now, right? I think I just go like this. Curse of the Tomb, and that gets us there. Because opponent has to block one of these Overwhelm units. So the opponent has to block one of these Overwhelm units. They don't have any way to self-target their monkey. So this is literally going to deal enough. And this is why Curse of the Tomb is so good. Warning Shot is 1. So Warning Shot is 1. Opponent didn't play the Stylish Shot before doing the Pandemonium. Warning shot is 2. If they actually play the stylish shot, I would be scared.
What a shame.
If they actually play the stylish shot, I would literally die. It would be a tie game. If they had played the stylish shot before the Pandemonium, it would have been a tie game. Because we both got that at the same time. Now the opponent is actually just dying. And here we go. This is the Nidalee presents lethal before the monkeys die. And we win the game. Woo! That was close. I needed to again, like we saw last time, I needed to keep the Bastion Disciple mana to be able to stop the Pandemonium. Because the opponent obviously had the Pandemonium in their hand. So that's why I couldn't play the Tycoon last turn. That top deck on the Curse of the Tomb completely saved the game because the opponent ended up having double warning shots in their hand. So we definitely would have just died to that. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Gnar and Neeko. Huh. I don't know what to expect here. I think I have to hard mulligan. I have to look for Nidalee. We don't get Nidalee, but the Chief Knack attack into Gnar is not bad. It could allow me to present a lot of damage into the opponent. Especially because Gnar is going to continue getting value from the Knack attack. The Halunatis is not bad either. Let me see. So we go Knack attack, Gnar. I don't think I need to play the Bastaya, right? Because I don't think this deck has anything like slow or fast speed that I'm scared about. I think I just focus on the Gnar. Quicksand is going to be good. But it hasn't played anything. Is this going to be a Neeko? They're taking a while to play. If they play a 2-cost unit here, I'm thinking it's going to be a Neeko. Right? Because no other two, like if you're thinking about the choice, that's the only reason that it makes sense to be waiting this long. Oh, it's just their Anura, unfortunately. Alright, so we'll go Chief Knack attack. Opponent gets their quick attack unit. We'll play the Gnar. If the opponent has, we have the Prowl, so we can beat the freeze, and we can start working on getting this Gnar like as big as possible. We can play the Changeling and the Halunatis next turn with 5 mana, and then settle for the Halunatis value on the next following attack turn. I'm okay with playing the Pokestick here. Deck Hunter, yeah, I'm okay playing the Pokestick and the Fleet Feather Tracker. It's kind of... The Fleet Feather Tracker is kind of scary. Again, the Prowl can beat a freeze. Ah, okay. So you let the Deck Hunter go.
I seek a weapon worthy of Naga Kebor.
Do we actually play this Pokestick? Because we technically didn't hit face, right? I guess we should have attacked with the Knack attack as well. Do I even want to hit face right here? We can always save it for next turn, right? We don't have to do it right now. What scares me about this Fleet Feather Tracker is challenging my Halunatis, right? We can wait until next turn to do the Pokestick onto the Nexus. Like, we don't need to actually do it right now, because we can just get the level up at the start of our next turn. So we can keep the Pokestick as a backup. Opponent gets another unit here. Okay, so this alright. So then here we probably definitely have to put... I still don't like the idea of Pokesticking right here. You know what? No, let's Pokestick this. I don't want the opponent to have the spider to attack with. And level up the Neeko, right? Because I do need to be careful that they don't level up Neeko here that easily. So killing the spider I think is nice. He also gives me another Pokestick, because the opponent's gonna attack with everything. Right? So the opponent decides to attack with everything. Let's just do the Anura Fruit. We could just press OK, but I definitely want to get the Pokestick here. Okay. So then we just Quicksand. And we still get the Poke Stick out of this. So in this case, I think I do want to just go ahead and deal the Poke Stick to the Nexus and just level up this Gnar. Just start getting the value from the Knack attack. The Curse of the Tomb is pretty good. Oh wow, especially if you're gonna just give me that, right? I mean, you're just gonna give me your lifesteal unit. And opponent hasn't really attacked with a Fey unit yet. The reason that I like this is because of the fact that I'm able to just like get a lot of value again next turn, right? So I'm just gonna pull it. I think it's not time just yet. So I like this because when it transforms back to level 1 Gnar, it's gonna get another +1/+1 and another impact trigger. I think I like the Hierophant with the Changelings to start setting up for the Curse of the Tomb. I might have to be a little bit careful though. Maybe we go here just so that we actually have blockers. Yeah, maybe we go here so we have blockers. Now I kind of regret playing the Changelings because I think it would have been better with the Hierophant. We do have the stun. The Gnar is a 5/5. Yeah, we go here. Even if the opponent has a Neeko, we still have enough blockers that I'm not worried about it. Yeah, so that's the Neeko. She levels up. But these Hallucinatis are gonna be 4/4s, right? So we go like this. We go here. We get 4 of them, right? Because of the Changeling being there. So now we're able to block here, here, here. And just go like this. And just like that, we take like no damage. Cool. Yeah, so the way that it works with the Hallucinatis and the Changelings is that because the Changeling also transforms, it ends up counting as like as a transform, right? Now next we have 8 mana, which is just enough for me to play this guy and Curse of the Tomb if I need to. So we just Poke Stick again. This levels up the Gnar. The Gnar is gonna get another +1/+1, another impact trigger, and it's gonna have Overwhelm, right? So I don't think opponent really gets to do anything here. I'm pretty sure this game is just over next turn, right? We have multiple impact triggers. We're gonna have another Overwhelm here. That's also gonna have impact. We don't even need to pull this one. We can just go like this. Pull that one at the end with this guy. We go here. And this should be lethal. I guess opponent could have a freeze technically. I want them to be forced to block with Neeko, right? I mean, we do have the stun. If opponent has a harsh winds, that's one way they survive.
Hello, enemy.
But like they have to commit it now, right? They have to commit it now. And even then, we technically have the prowls to be able to get there. And there we go. Yeah, so the Hallucinatis with the Changelings is so good because it gives you 4 units. Well, technically you already have the Changelings on the field, but it gives you 2 additional Hallucinatis, right? Because the Changeling, when it transforms, it summons another one as well. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Fizz. So, Siren Song, Solani, etc., etc. Okay, this Bastaya Disciple is huge. I even like the Big Game Tycoon. Honestly, this hand is not bad. I gotta keep the whole hand. You know what? Because I'm gonna play for the Big Game Tycoon win condition and just getting one of my big Overwhelm units as big as possible to then finish with Curse of the Tomb. So I know it's a little bit early to do this now, but I think it's worth it. Additionally, we're gonna keep the Bastaya, the Avenging Bastaya, so that we can have access to the Deny for the turn 3. Yeah, so we can go like this. And this lets me deny the turn 3 Siren Song. Yeah, so now we just pass, because we need to have the 3 mana to deny it. So the opponent plays Siren Song, we deny it, we go from there. And I think that's going to slow them down enough to let us get to our Big Game Tycoon win condition that we were talking about. I know you have it. Like, we both know that you have Siren Song. Yeah, there you go. Like, we both know that you have the Siren Song. So, let's just get over with. You go for your Siren Song. I deny it. And that's what I really like about the Bastarian Disciple in this deck. That it can do exactly this. We'll go ahead and attack that, push some damage here. I'll let you Pelt Cascade if you want to. I'm okay with that. That's one less unit that dies while buffed. Okay, they end up not doing it. If they have a second Siren Song, then I mean there's nothing much that we can do unless we top deck the Rite of Negation. We don't top deck the Rite of Negation. It's gonna be reverse row. So if it's reverse row, I think it's correct to go for the Gnar, so that we can at least like nail down some of the units, right? I think it's correct to go like this. Potentially the Gnar levels up. I definitely want to go for the Pokey Stick on one of their units right now where we have the chance. But it lets us get it. Siren Song, unfortunately. Opponent ends up getting the Siren Song, so it doesn't even matter. They got the second one. We can Pokey Stick the Divine Cleric. It does kind of at least help us out a little bit. There's one problem, that the opponent just got an elusive. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage here. We can go Chief Knack Attack and get the Gnar to be really big. Or we can go the Aurora Halunatis, and that will give me access to an additional Fearsome blocker with four power, which I think is probably what we need to do. Opponent ended up getting double Siren Song and the reverse row. So we had the Wallop, we had the second, and they got another elusive. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How? How? Like, what am I supposed to do about this? Like, if we had any chance of actually having like a decent game, the opponent just blew it out of the window by apparently just high rolling the elusives. I can't even play the Wallop because the Wallop is probably important in order for us to be able to beat. Like, oh man, this is so annoying. Like, really, man? That's actually so frustrating. That's how this game goes though. We just take 10 damage because the opponent just happened to have the elusive Husk and the Dairy Poro. This one is the correct block, by the way, because if the opponent has Spell Cascade, they can save this one. But he has Vulnerable, so then we kill in that stand. It doesn't even matter though. At the end of the day, the opponent's just gonna be able to beat us net stand with the elusives. We don't have our Quicksand. Yeah, so the opponent just go. Oh wow, I think that's a mistake. Why not just go for damage? Why not just go for damage? So we have to top the Quicksand. We have blockers for the Pocket Picker. That's not a problem. Oh man, so we can go Nidalee. That's gonna be 2-4. That leaves me with 3. Allow me to play the Hallucinatis. If the opponent has access to, like, I want to play the Tycoon. I have to be able to, like, I have to be able to play, like, I have to be able to have the Nidalee level up. The way that I win this is gonna be the Overwhelm with the Nidalee. Right? They get their Solani. So they get their Solani. If we go ambush into Curse of the Tomb, we get to kill Solani. Yeah, I think this is correct. I think this is correct here. We go like this. If opponent lets us, we Curse of the Tomb and we get the Predict out of this. Even better, we get more damage out of this. So then we can wall up the elusive next turn. If opponent doesn't do anything, then this Solani is gonna be able to kill us. The only way that we win is the opponent making this misplay. If they make this misplay and forget about Curse of the Tomb being a real thing, we win the game. And they forgot about it because we had to spend. We don't have the Quicksand. Yeah, so we go like this. Opponent loses the Solani for free. If they have a second Solani, we just straight up lose. We're gonna have to sacrifice Gnar into the Pocket Picker, by the way. So we're gonna have to sacrifice Gnar into the packet picker. Like, if they have another Solani, we just lose. We can wallop the elusive. So we wallop this one. Hell takes it to 5. You have another. Alright, so we don't have enough. We don't have enough to get Nidalee leveled up. I guess we could just level her up and just say screw it and just go super wide. So I was trying to think of the Tycoon, right? I'm trying to like go for the Tycoon game condition. But I think at this point we have to actually just go for the Curse of the Tomb, right? So we go here. If the opponent has a Hush, then we also lose, right? The elusives just completely kill me. Like, actually just completely kill me. Is there anything that they play that I need to be concerned about with the deny? Or do we just go curse? I think we just go curse, right?
Outsiders do not belong in my jungle.
Except that it doesn't win us the game. If the opponent doesn't actually block, like if the opponent actually blocks the right way, it doesn't actually win us the game. So we have to curse. I mean, this is lethal here, right? The opponent has to have the Hush. I forgot about the impact from the knack attack, so this is actually lethal because this is impact 3. So this is actually lethal because it's impact 3 if the opponent doesn't have the Hush. If the opponent has the Hush, I get screwed over. Yeah, impact 3 and 9 damage overwhelm. If they block, they lose to a second curse. Did we actually get there even after all the elusive shenanigans? I think we actually got there. Opponent didn't draw. Opponent ended up getting super lucky, right? The double Siren song after we had the first one. Double reverse row. They had the elusive Husk and then the elusive Poro that just kind of blew us out. Otherwise, we would have gone for like a slower game plan with the big and Tycoon and trying to level up our champions and get like a big Overwhelm unit. So, if you don't have the Hellish opponent, you can't do anything about this because of the impact. They could have, like, we saw them play a Targon Tailstones, right? And we know they also play the 5 mana Hush, the 5 mana Silence. So, we make it there, we get there, and that's GG's. Wow. What a game. What a game this was. I wasn't expecting that, so GG's. In this match, we're going against Lurk. Alright, so this is a little bit worrisome, right? Because I think our deck is a little bit slower. It kind of wants to take its time getting the transform stuff enabled. Hallucinatis is a great blocker though, because it's going to be 2 blockers. So we can go Nidalee first into Hallucinatis second, and then Forsaken Bakai will allow me to actually level up the Nidalee. So that's not a bad start. The spears are also good because the spears are kind of letting us kill the opponent's units. There's no reason to play the Forsaken Bakai yet until we have Nidalee leveled up on the field. So we can go Nidalee here. It sucks that we're going to take quite a bit of damage here, but I think it's important for us to just level up Nidalee sooner rather than later. We could go for the Prowl. It's tempting to go for this Prowl. But then it means that I don't have enough mana for Hallucinatis next turn, so I think I'm just going to chill here, right? Because I want to have enough mana to play the Hallucinatis next turn. So we can go Nidalee's Ambush.
Gouge them.
attack here, play the Hallucinatis as a brush, and then have double the blockers next turn. The problem is that that's gonna take all my mana next turn as well, right? So we can go like this. We're still in a position where the opponent ended up predicting the Pike. So this card here could be Pike, right? So this card here could be a Pike that we don't know about. The opponent could also have access. Okay, so this is great, right? Because now we can go like this. So that was a Rek'Sai, so we can block both units here. This if this is not a Pike, if this is not a Pike right here, so this card is the card that they predicted with the okay, so it was just gonna be a 3-2. Cool. Cool. That's a blood base, so the opponent's gonna have another Rek'Sai. So the opponent's gonna have another Rek'Sai trigger on the top. So what we can do is that we can start with the Forsaken Bakai here to level up the Nidalee. I love the Hallucinatis, but I kind of like the Rana Negation as well. I want to have access to the Wallop. I don't think I need any other units. I think at this point I'm in a good position because Nidalee levels up here, which means that we can slowly get rid of their units, right? So this lets me beat the Snapjaw because we can just block the Snapjaw with this Forsaken Bakai, right? Opponent gets the second Rek'Sai, which gets beat by the Wallop. We can play Gnar instead. We can play the Gnar instead, but I think I actually like the Terrain Trooper. Perfect. So now we can go like this. Lets me kill one of these. I'm gonna keep this as a blocker because I feel like I want to have the blockers. We know that the opponent is gonna have Rek'Sai. We can Javelin toss the Hatchling. And we can stun the Rek'Sai, right? And have Rana Negation as a backup. And I think that's why I like to keep the Rana Negation. The Hallucinatis is so good. Like, you saw how much value the Hallucinatis got me. And why I wanted to do it the way that I did it, right? So the opponent goes Cersei Caller, which we can block with the Trooper, right? They go Rek'Sai here, which we can just Wallop. And now the Rek'Sai gets lost, right? We can block the Cersei Caller with the Trooper. Cool. And we're chilling. Now, the only downside here is that I would love to play the Big Game Tycoon, but I don't think it's possible. So maybe we just go Gnar. Maybe we just go Gnar here and have the Rana Negation. We are able to level her up. Yeah, we can level up the Nidalee here. Yeah, we can level up the Nidalee here. Because we can play this brush, transform it, and then also play the Hierophant as a brush, and that will give me exactly 4 units. And then from there we can just attack, right? So, or we can just play the Hierophant straight up as a... No, we didn't have enough mana to play it as a unit, so it had to be as a brush as well. So you saw the value there of Hallucinatis and why I like that card in this deck. It also lets us level up Nidalee very, very quickly. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Heimerdinger Jayce. Heimerdinger Jayce. I have to be worried about stuff like Mystic Shot, right? Mystic Shot and Quietus, which could technically kill my ambush units. I want to see if I actually want to get a Prowl. So I don't know that I don't know that I'm gonna keep the Trooper. I'm gonna keep the Nidalee. I want to see if I could get a Prowl to protect my ambush, right? Be able to give it +2/+2. We didn't get it, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Which means that I really cannot play Nidalee early until I'm able to just play the transform right away. It's not a bad hand to level up Nidalee though. I mean, this alone is giving me 3. So that, and we got the Prowl. Okay, so we got the Prowl. So because we got the Prowl, I'm down to play the Shadow in the Bush right now. Because I know that I have the Prowl to protect this against a Quietus or a Mystic Shot. So I can eat up the opponent's removal right here. And there you go. And then we just go Prowl. And we're fine. So now the opponent just used up a Soul Harvest. Now, I do think it's correct for us to just play this Nidalee right away. The only downside is that it is going to make It is going to make our Nidalee vulnerable to a Shock Blast next turn. Other option is that we just don't do it and we just wait for the opponent to commit something else to try to kill the bush before we actually do the Nidalee ambush. I don't hate it, because I mean, I don't need to... I guess I am pushing a lot of damage, right? I'm pushing 5 damage versus 2. I am pushing 5 damage versus 2, which could be the difference. I think I gotta keep it. I think I gotta keep it like this. Maybe the opponent plays a second Soul Harvest. Or tries to kill this shadow in the brush. So the reason I'm leaving her like this is to kind of bait the opponent into thinking that this is something else that's not Nidalee. We don't have Valor Negation, unfortunately, so I can't beat the Shock Blast. Wait, that's good for us, right? That's very good for us, because now I can just go like this. I'm down to play, I guess this ambush card costs 4, so this is probably not the one that we want to play. We can play the All-Terrain Trooper. Get the Shadow, and then we're able to play the Hallucinatus and be okay. If I remember, yeah, this is a 3-1, so we can go like this. Go ahead and do it here. Just block it. We trade, we play the Hallucinatus. We're able to level up the Nidalee. I guess maybe it was better to play the Pyrophant. Is it better to play the Pyrophant here? I guess now I don't need to do either of them, right? I can just do the Trooper. So if we do the Trooper, if we do the Pyrophant, I need 7 mana, which is gonna leave me with just 1 mana. If I go like this, I'm still able to at least keep some mana for other stuff. If I go Hallucinatus, I also have to play 7 mana, so I think I like the Trooper. I like the Trooper here. This is going to level up the Nidalee. We get the Ambush again. So we could technically attack both if we wanted to. Yeah, let's go ahead and just level her, because why not? If the opponent's going to give me the level up, I'm okay with that. And I'll pull both of them before the opponent can play... the other dude. We could have gone for the Curse of the Tomb, actually. I did miss that. I should have gone for the Curse of the Tomb here, because we have nothing else to do with our mana this turn. I guess we'll just push a bunch of damage and just chill for now.
Too late to run.
I guess we'll go like this for now. Opponent's definitely going to have access to a Shock Blast here, which is going to kill the Nidalee. But we can go for the Pyrophant into the Curse of the Tomb if the opponent has some value later. Like, I'm expecting a Shock Blast here. There's no question about it. I'm so confused. I'm actually so confused. Well, I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna play this out like here. So that we can just level up this Nidalee right now. And just settle for next turn with the Pyrophant. And still have enough mana for everything else. If the opponent wants to kill this shadow in the brush, I'm cool with that. We can also play Pythos to kill any turret that the opponent does, for the exception of the top turret. So this is gonna let me get access to a Javelin Toss, right? Which is either gonna be Nexus damage or just kill their champion anyways. Yep, there it is. So we could go... Perfect. So now we can just go Pythos here, and then Pythos the other one, and we're okay. And then we just attack. We have 7 mana, which is not enough to play Curse plus the Pyrophant Ambush. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go like this. I don't need to play this. I don't need to play this right away, right? So I don't need to play this right away because I do have a pretty wide board. Opponent's gonna have 7 mana. So they could have like a Vengeance here, but then they still lose to the rest of my units. So I don't want to show them what I have here, because I want them to think that this could be the deny, right? So like this could technically be the deny. So I don't want to play the Pyrophant until after I commit my attack, to just make the opponent think that I have something else. So we just go ahead and attack here. Yep. If the opponent blocks with Heimer, it just means the Javelin is going to hit face. Opponent plays the Vengeance. We don't have the Deny, unfortunately, but we do still have this guy here, and that's gonna be exactly 10, and that's lethal. So we just ended up aggroing them down, right? Opponent ended up not having the Shock Blast, so we ended up just putting a lot of pressure on them and just quickly beating them up. But again, that's why I really wanted to have that Prowl early on, because I knew that the opponent could have quite a Soul Harvest Mystic shot, and that Prowl allowed me to survive against that Soul Harvest that the opponent used on turn 2. So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Fizz, Siren Song, and Solani. Yeah, I'm sure you all know exactly this deck. Everybody has been playing this deck everywhere. I'm going to see if I can hard mulligan for the Bastaya, so that I can deny their turn for Siren Song. We don't get the Bastaya. We do get Nidalee though, and I guess that's not bad, right? We can try to put some pressure on them. We have the attack token, so maybe we want to wait one more turn to see if we get the Bastaya. Because we have priority, right? So if we get the Bastaya here, we'll play it. We don't get the Bastaya. Okay, so we'll go ahead and play the Nidalee. Maybe this makes the opponent think twice about the Siren Song. They don't even think about it. That's cool. Yeah, they don't even think about it. Like, they're like, okay, yeah, sure. If you have it, you have it, you know? They don't even... I got waited for the Chief Knock Attack to be on the field before I did this, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take this attack now. The other way that we have... The way that we have to win this game now before the Solani comes down is to get a big Curse of the Tomb attack, right? Which is possible. Okay. This is nice because it stops the lifesteal, and it also stops them from like this doesn't counter with Solani, right? So ideally, this is the best one, right? Problem is that we don't have enough mana. I guess we can go like this for now. Like, I think I want to level up this Nidalee, right? I want to level up this Nidalee. This gives me a bunch of blockers. When it gets the prank. If we go... Like, we go Hallucinatis, right? And then we go All-Terrain Trooper. And I'm not even gonna play it as an ambush unit. I'm just gonna play it straight up so that I can just get the Nidalee leveled up right away. That lets me pull the Autopus. We have a bunch of blockers here for their reverse row. And while also pushing a lot of damage, right? Like, I just need to grind them down before they can get to Solani. So far, they haven't gotten a single point towards Solani. Oh, this is perfect. This is even better now, because what I can do is that I can just pull like this. This is 4. This is going to be another at least 7 damage, plus another 4 with the spear. So this is lethal already. So the opponent just died by playing the reversal. Yeah, opponent just died. Huh. Huh. So did the opponent literally just die because they played a second reversal?
Too late to run.
I guess sometimes you can just aggro people down with the with the Nidalee level up, huh? GG's. Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games and showcase of Nidalee. I think this deck is decent, right? It's not top tier, right? I think everybody knows that the Siren Sun decks are kind of like super crazy and kind of taking over the meta right now. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's gonna be a top tier deck, but it's also not bad. It's not like a tier 0 or like a 40% win rate deck. This deck actually is holding steadily around like 45 to 55% win rate, depending on certain ratios. Like I've seen some people in the stats that have been doing really well over 20 games with this, other people that are sitting at 45. But anyways, it's kind of like a middle of the pack type of deck. And you kind of saw that with some of the games today. Like sometimes you just get the perfect hand, right? You get the Nidalee, you get to level up Nidalee really fast with Lunatis or your terrain troopers and just kind of burn them down and rush them down and just destroy the opponent pretty much, as you saw in the last game. We just beat the opponent right away with the spear, just kind of finishing up the game. Other games, you don't get your champions and you have to kind of play it a little bit more slow with the cheap knack attack and the changelings and the Pyrophant and the Tycoon. And those games can go either way because you don't really have a lot of ways to interact with the opponent. Other games, opponent just doesn't play around Curse of the Tomb and you just play it and just win the game. Like this is such a good card in this deck. I don't like playing 3 of it because it can be very bricky if you get 2 of them in your hand. So I think 2 is the perfect number so that you at least have a good chance of getting at least 1, but never getting like 2, especially because we have stuff like Forsaken Bakai to try to predict us into our combo pieces. But let's kind of just go a little bit more in depth about what this deck does. We are kind of playing all of Nidalee's package as you saw in the games today. So Nidalee, Trooper, Halunatis, the Bastaya, the Pyrophant, and the Tycoon. Like we almost playing every single new card that was introduced with Nidalee. I think there's just a couple of transform units that don't make it here, like the Paka Cup doesn't make it here because it needs to actually hit the Nexus to be able to summon another unit, compared to the Halunatis, which just gets summoned right away. And as you saw in one of the combos in today's video, the reason I like the Halunatis more than the Paka Cup is because it can also synergize with the Changeling, right? You can play the Changeling, play the Halunatis, and when you transform the Halunatis, because the Changelings is also transforming into one, he actually also summons a unit. So you end up with like 4 Halunatis in the field, which can be really good at just rushing your opponent down and just like beating them, right? So that's a nice combo that you have to kind of keep in mind. And then there's also that other 2-drop transform unit that we don't play that kind of captures an opponent unit. I don't think that one is useful either. And also we're not playing the 1-mana spell that manifests. I don't think it's necessary. So if we talk about just the Nidalee package, right? Nidalee is your bread and butter. This champion levels up pretty quickly in this deck because of the Halunatis, and it just lets you put a lot of pressure into the opponent. The Trooper is so good because he lets you level up Nidalee fast and puts it vulnerable to take advantage of your quick attack units. Halunatis, like I keep talking about, is so good because it's really good blockers against the Siren Sun players, or any player really, or can be really a lot of aggression, especially when you have the knack attack in the field, because these guys are going to be like having impact and you have 2 units and you're pushing a lot of damage, and they have 2 HP, so they're not as vulnerable to stuff like Pytos as like other things could be. The Bastille is really nice because you can use it to actually deny Siren Songs against the opponents on turn 3. You can play this on turn 2 and then have the mana to be able to deny the Siren Songs. The Pyrophant is really good because the Overwhelm combined with the Curse of the Tomb is that you're finishing a lot of games. So if you don't get the Gnar or the Nidalee, the Pyrophant is kind of like an additional 3 Overwhelm cards that also doesn't rely on having had to have your champion leveled up. And can also be really nice with the Changelings because it lets you get 2 Overwhelm units on the field. Can also be really crazy with the Tycoon. Unfortunately, you usually are not able to play the Pyrophant into the Tycoon, right? Because the Pyrophant transform costs 5. So if you play the Tycoon on turn 7, you're never going to have enough spell mana to be able to get the Pyrophant doubled up right away. But it is technically a way that you can just finish up some games. And then the Tycoon, I just like it to be able to just kind of let the game get out of control if the game goes out that fast. So that Nidalee package kind of gives you that reach, right, between the Halunatis and the Overwhelm that you need to be able to finish up games. For the Gnar side of things, Gnar alone is a nice Overwhelm unit that you use to kind of, again, combined with the Curse of the Tomb to just push a lot of damage. And the Gnar can transform multiple times, which means that the knack attack can buff it multiple times, right? So then we have the cheap knack attack going along with the Gnar. It's really nice because it's giving all my units that transform +1/+1 an impact. And that additional health can be really crucial to keeping units alive, and the impact can be really nice at burning the opponents out. Especially with Nidalee as well, he's healing that unit all the way to full. So like when Nidalee transforms back, she's going to be healing up while also getting +1/+1 an additional impact trigger. And the Changelings can just synergize so well with the Pyrophant and the Halunatis, which are really the 2 combos that I want to use when I have the Changelings on the field. It's really, really good with either one of those units. The Forsaken Bakai is kind of the out card out. I just like the Predict. We don't have a lot of joy in this deck aside from Pokestick, so the Predict kind of lets me put the card that I need to get my combo off on the top of my deck. Spell wise, I like the Pythos, a nice removal. The Prowl is really good. It can be synergized with the Overwhelm to kind of push the lethal damage that you need, especially because if you put the Prowl on the brush, right, that's a Paraffin, and you have the Changeling on the field, the Changeling will copy that this additional buff that you have geared with the Pearl. So it can kind of end up working as a two for one, right? Which is really nice. The Curse of the Tomb, just combo out with your Overwhelm. Quicksand is just really nice for a lot of those elusives like Fizz that are running around right now. Wallop to stop that Solani. We only play one because we are playing two per Gnar, so there's a good chance that we could have a Gnar on the field or have another Wallop gets a Gnar in our hand. And then the Rider Negation is just really nice. I don't know if two of them are necessary in this meta. It's kind of nice to stop like some Siren songs, right? But maybe it's actually better to go for either a third Pythos or go for a third Bastaya or maybe a second Wallop instead of a second Ride. But still, it's nice. It protects you against like Vengeance if you're going against stuff that's not build Shrouded. So yeah, the deck feels really good. There's multiple ways that you can win, and you kind of get to see all of that in today's video, right? You're winning games with Curse of the Tomb and the Paraffin. You're winning games with Nidalee and Halunatis, just kind of rushing the opponent's board and then just dealing 4 damage to the Nexus. Because this is like a Decimate, right? It's a free Decimate where you can level up that Nidalee fast with the Halunatis. You can win with having some really big units with the Nako Tycoon, allowing you to give stats, so that you kind of winning through the board presence and through Overwhelm or Impact, or just going wider than the opponent and just pushing damage that way. So those are the ways that you kind of want to win this game. So yeah, it's a more board-centric deck more than a combo deck. As such, I think that's why it's important to have stuff like Bastaya and Rider Negation to be able to protect our units. I just don't like the triple Bastaya, because if you have the Bastaya on the field, you can't really play any other transform unit without having to use the Bastaya spell, right? So yeah, but anyways, I think that's gonna be it, and kind of broke down. I'm glad to be back. I am a little bit sick. You can kind of hear it. A little bit of a cold, so I'm a little bit congested, so I'm sorry if you kind of heard that throughout the video today. That's also why I'm not like as animated as I usually am. I'm struggling inside today, but hope you enjoyed today's return and today's video. We'll try to see if we can find a good Neeko or Pro King deck for tomorrow and the day after. I want to cover all 3 champions before we go to some like more meta decks, so expect to see some of that in the next couple of days. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's games. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.